So good afternoon to everyone. Welcome to the session on signals and systems. So in the last class we completed the introduction part for the Laplace transform. So in this class we are going to solve some important problems using the Laplace transform. So before going to solve the problems, so I already explained this concept. So while defining the Laplace transform of any signal, so besides that signal, so you just write the ROC. Besides that signal, you just write the ROC. Here ROC is nothing but the region of convergence. So region of convergence. So while defining the Laplace transform, so it is a bilateral Laplace transform always. So the bilateral Laplace transform of f of t is nothing but capital F of s. So after defining f of s, so besides this f of s, so you just write the ROC. So your ROC is nothing but the set of values of s. So for explaining the ROC, so one should know the formula for the Laplace transform of f of t. So what is the formula for the Laplace transform of f of t? So it is nothing but integral minus infinity to plus infinity the time domain signal f of t into e power minus st dt. So this is the formula to find the Laplace transform of a signal f of t. Now, so in this formula, if you replace s by sigma plus j omega, which is the complex frequency, so if you replace s by sigma plus j omega, so you should get what? So you should get integral minus infinity to plus infinity here f of t. So if you substitute in the place of s sigma plus j omega, so you have e power minus sigma t, so into e power minus j omega t dt. Now if we observe clearly the formula of the f of s, so if you want to find the Laplace transform of f of t, so this is nothing but the right hand side is nothing but, so your left hand side is Laplace transform of f of t and your right hand side is nothing but the Fourier transform of the signal f of t multiplied by e power minus sigma t. So to find the Laplace transform of f of t, you just find the Fourier transform of this signal f of t multiplied by e power minus sigma t. So you just recall the formula of the Fourier transform. If you want to find the Fourier transform of any signal, that signal must be absolutely integrable signal. That means integral minus infinity to infinity. So mod of f of t, so e power minus sigma t dt, so must be less than infinity, otherwise it is not possible to find the Fourier transform of the signal. So indirectly, if you want to find the Laplace transform of f of t, so your signal f of t into e power minus sigma t must be absolutely integrable signal. So based on this equation, so we are going to get the values of sigma. So from the values of the sigma, we are going to define the region of convergence. So region of convergence, you just observe clearly here. So in the formula it is evident. So Laplace transform of f of t, if you want to find the Laplace transform of f of t, so you just find the Fourier transform of this signal f of t into e power minus sigma t. Now what is the condition required to find the Fourier transform of any signal? So that signal must be absolutely integrable. So what is the condition for absolutely integrable signal? So this is absolutely integrable. So that signal must be absolutely integrable. So over minus infinity to plus infinity range. That means, so if you integrate this signal f of t into e power minus sigma t in between minus infinity to plus infinity, you should get always finite value. Now for those values of sigma, the result of this expression is gives the finite value. Those values of sigma are nothing but your region of convergence. So the region of convergence is nothing but the set of values of sigma for which your the Laplace transform of the time domain signal, which is f of s, is going to be converged. That means, so is going to be converged. So this f of s is going to be converged for the values of sigma, so that means your f of s is going to give the finite value for the values of sigma you are going to choose. So that is your region of convergence. So always while defining the Laplace transform of any signal, so besides that signal, so you just remember, always we have to write the ROC. Otherwise it is a wrong problem. If you are not mentioning the ROC, means it is entirely a wrong problem. So it is must to represent the full Laplace transform of a signal f of t, so with ROC. So the ROC is nothing but the range of the values of sigma for which the Laplace transform of the signal is going to be converged. So that is your region of convergence. So when we are going to solve the Laplace transform of any signal, so you remember here you must mention the ROC. You must always mention the ROC. So when we are going to solve the problems, you can realize, so what is ROC? So ROC is nothing but the range of the values of sigma. ROC is obtained from this integration result. This is very important. You should remember this expression. So from the result of this integration, we are going to get the values of sigma. So we are going to select the values of sigma such that the result of this integration gives the finite value. So for those values of sigma, the result of the integration gives the finite value. So comes under the region of convergence. That is your region of convergence. So while solving the problems, we can easily realize the concept of the region of convergence. So for that, I just consider the first problem like this. So this is my first problem. All of you clearly observe. So while solving the problem, how we are going to find out the ROC for any type of the signal. So you just observe clearly the given problem. So let us consider the problem is like this. Here the signal is given like this. So this is the first signal we are going to consider. You can take these problems in this sequence only. So this is the first problem on the sequence. So let us consider the time domain signal x of t is given like this. So this is a e power minus at into u of t. So this is the time domain signal given to you. So in the question it is given, so find the x of s. So let us find the capital X of s. So capital X of s is what? The Laplace transform of the time domain signal small x of t will give the capital X of s. Now always you remember, after finding x of s, so besides this x of s, so you mention the ROC. So let us see the solution, how we are going to find this ROC, how we are going to define this ROC. Now all of you already know, so what is the Laplace transform of x of t? So Laplace transform of x of t, so already you know this formula. So integral minus infinity to plus infinity. Here the time domain signal is x of t, so e power minus st dt for any type of signal. So you just follow the same procedure. Now here x of t is given like this, e power minus at into u of t. So substitute in the place of x of t. So what is left hand side? So the left hand side is x of s. So the right hand side is integral minus infinity to plus infinity. Here x of t is what? So e power minus at. So your u of t. So that is the signal given to you. So e power minus st dt. So you just simplify this expression. Here u of t is the unit step function. So what is the unit step function? So the unit step function is defined only for time is greater than 0. So whenever the time is greater than 0, so its value is 1. So that is your unit step function. Already you know this unit step function. For time t less than 0, so its value is 0. Only we can consider its value for time t is greater than 0. Therefore you just observe here how I am going to reduce the limits of the integration. Now so if you observe clearly here, so the integration is from minus infinity to plus infinity. Suppose if I consider if I split this in limits of the integration from minus infinity to plus infinity like this. So from minus infinity to 0 I can take 1, plus from 0 to infinity I can take another. it's another fraction. So from minus infinity to 0, in this range of the integration, your u of t is 0. Your u of t is 0. Here u of t is there. Therefore, so from minus infinity to 0, u of t is 0. Therefore, the result of this integration is going to be 0 from minus infinity to 0. From minus infinity to 0. Therefore, only you can consider the result of integration from 0 to infinity only. So from 0 to infinity, what is u of t? So your u of t is 1. Your u of t is 1. Therefore, so here e power minus at, so u of t is 1. Here we have another fraction e power minus st into dt. Now if you simplify this expression, so what we will get? So 0 to infinity, here we have e power minus of a plus s into t dt. So like that I can get the result. Like that I can get the simplified expression. Now, so what is integral e power minus at dt? So already you know. So integral e power minus at dt is what? So it is e power minus at divided by the coefficient of the t. So here the coefficient of t is what? Minus a. So this is the result of the integral e power minus at dt. Already you know this. So based on this, I can get this expression like this. Here instead of a, the coefficient of t, we have minus 1 by a plus s. So that is the coefficient of t. So here e power minus of a plus s t, and we have to substitute the limits of the integration, which are 0 to infinity. Now if we expand this after substituting the limits of integration, so here minus 1 by a plus s. So when you substitute the upper limit, which is infinity, so you should get what? So you should get e power minus of, so a plus s into infinity minus e power minus of a plus s into 0. So that is your lower limit. Now I want x of s is a converged signal. So for what conditions of s? So for what values of s? Here the Laplace transform of the given signal x of s is going to be converged. Those values are lying under the region of the convergence. All of you clearly observe here. I want the converged Laplace transform. So that means, so mod x of s is always less than infinity. Your Laplace transform of the signal x of t, that is your x of s, is always a finite value. So for those values of s, here I can get the converged signal. So those values of s are lying in the region of the convergence. Now if you clearly observe this expression, from minus 1 by a plus s, so this is the result of capital X of s. So here we have e power minus of a plus s into infinity minus e power 0 is what? 1. Now I want x of s is a finite value. Now for those values of s, I can get x of s the finite value. Suppose if I consider a plus s is greater than 0, clearly observe here in this formula. So if I consider a plus s is greater than 0 in this exponential term, so that means it becomes what? So it becomes e power minus infinity. So what is e power minus infinity? E power minus infinity is e power infinity. 1 by e power infinity implies 1 by infinity. So 1 by infinity is going to be 0. So if I consider a plus s is greater than 0, here this term is going to be 0. This term is going to vanish. Therefore the x of s is we have a finite solution. For the x of s. Suppose if I consider a plus s, so which is less than 0, if I consider. So when I consider a plus s is less than 0, So what happens? So this is entirely e power infinity. The entire expression becomes, because a plus s is negative, so negative is multiplied with negative, so that we'll get positive. So e power infinity becomes what? Infinity. E power infinity becomes infinity. Therefore your x of s is not a converged solution. It not gives the converged solution. When I consider a plus s is less than 0, here x of s is not going to be converged. That means the x of s, they won't give the finite solution, So if I consider a plus s is greater than 0, your x of s is going to be converged, So for those values of s, or for those values of sigma, I can get the x of s a converged solution. Those values of sigma are lying inside the region of convergence. Now if I consider a plus s is greater than 0, so what is my x of s? Here we have minus 1 by a plus s, and here we have, see, I consider a plus s is greater than 0. That means this entire term is going to be vanishes and it is going to be 0. Here 0 minus 1 is remaining here. Therefore your x of s, so this happens only for the s plus a is greater than 0, your s plus a is going to be greater than 0. So your x of s becomes what? So 1 by a plus s, provided here I want x of s is a finite solution. For what values of s I can get x of s is a finite solution. So this is your s plus a greater than 0. Here s is what? So s is sigma plus j omega plus a is greater than 0. I want the values of sigma, not omega values. So sigma plus a is greater than 0. So this means sigma is greater than minus a. I just compare the real and imaginary parts on both sides of the expression. From that, sigma plus a is greater than 0 implies sigma is greater than minus a. So for the values of sigma greater than minus a, the Laplace transform of the signal x of t, that is your x of s, is a converged signal, is going to be converged signal. So this is your ROC. For this x of s. So finally I can define the Laplace transform of the given signal x of s is equal to 1 by, so s plus a. So what about the region of convergence? Region of convergence is, so the real part of s, that is your sigma, is always greater than minus a. So this is your answer for the given question. To find the Laplace transform of any signal, so besides that signal, you just mention the ROC. You just mention the ROC. Here the ROC is the real part of s, which is the sigma value. The real part of s is what? The sigma. Here sigma is greater than minus a. So for those values of sigma, your x of s is going to be a finite solution. Is going to give the finite solution. So those values of sigma are lying in the inside the ROC. Suppose if I draw the S plane for mentioning the ROC of the given signal. So you just observe the S plane here. So this is your S plane. So on the S plane we have the j omega axis and we have the sigma axis, real axis. So this is your entire S plane. So my region of convergence is sigma is greater than minus a. So let us mark minus a here. So this is your minus a line. So this is straight line represent sigma equal to minus a. Now your ROC is sigma is greater than minus a. So this is your ROC. So the entire S plane. Starting from sigma equal to minus a. Sigma is greater than minus a. This is the line corresponding to sigma equal to minus a. So my ROC is, so this is my ROC. So my ROC is sigma is greater than minus a. So whenever my sigma is greater than minus a, so this is this region of sigma is greater than minus a. Therefore this is the region of convergence. In the name itself indicates the ROC is nothing but the region of convergence. So region of convergence. So region of convergence. What is the region? So region is nothing but the values of the sigma. The values of the sigma. So what is the meaning of the convergence? For these values of sigma, your x of s is a finite signal. So if you substitute the sigma values in this region, so your signal x of s is going to give the finite solution. So that is nothing but the region of convergence. All of you clearly observe, this is very important topic, region of convergence. Always while finding the Laplace transform of any signal, so besides that signal you just mention the ROC. The ROC is nothing but the values of the sigma, where the values of the sigma, ROC is the region of convergence. Here the region is nothing but the values of the sigma. For these values of sigma, your x of s is a converged solution. Gives the converged solution. So that means when you substitute any value in this region, so in the place of s, so if you substitute any value in this region, so your solution is a finite solution. You will get the finite solution. That is the exact meaning of the region of convergence. Here x of s, so instead of s, if you substitute, x of s is nothing but 1 by s plus a. You will get x of s is 1 by s plus a. So that is the expression we got. So in this expression, if you substitute in the place of s any value in this region, from this region, so your x of s is going to give the converged solution. Is going to give the finite value. So that is the exact meaning of the region of convergence. Now for this signal, the Laplace transform is nothing but your 1 by s plus a, and the region of convergence is sigma is greater than minus a. So I just write here like this. So that is the region of the convergence. So this is the signal given to you. So let us observe the first problem. So this is the signal given to you, e power minus at into u of t. So for this signal, so the Laplace transform is 1 by s plus a, and the region of convergence is what? So the real part of s, so which is minus a, greater than minus a. So that is the region of convergence. And if you draw the region of convergence in the s plane, so this is the line corresponding to sigma minus a. So this is the line with j omega axis, and this is the line with sigma axis. So this is your s plane. So s plane is a complex plane. So it contains the real part and it contains the imaginary axis. So this is the line corresponding to sigma equal to minus a. So my region of convergence is, so the entire s plane with sigma is greater than minus a. Not include sigma equal to minus a. Don't include sigma equal to minus a in the region of convergence. Don't include sigma equal to minus a. So if you include sigma equal to minus a, so your x of s becomes what? So let us consider this is x of t. So after applying the Laplace transform, x of t becomes x of s. So if we substitute sigma equal to minus a in this expression, we will get infinity. Definitely you will get to infinity. That means you are not getting the finite solution. If you substitute sigma s equal to minus a, so in this expression, so you will get what? X of s is infinity. That means your x of s is not the finite solution, gives the finite solution. Therefore no need to include the poles. Don't include the poles in the region of the convergence. That is one of the very important property of the ROC. So that is very important property of the ROC. Don't include the ROC. So that is very important point. Don't include the poles while defining the ROC. So that is very important point. So this is your x of s. Let us clearly observe x of s is what? So 1 by s plus a. So while defining the ROC, don't include the poles. Don't include the poles. So how can we get the poles? So if you want to get the poles, you can equate the denominator of this x of s, that is equal to 0. So when you equate the denominator of the expression, we will get s equal to minus a. So s equal to minus a is your pole. So if you substitute s equal to minus a, so what is your x of s? Your x of s becomes 1 by 0. So 1 by 0 becomes what? Infinity. That means you are not getting the finite solution. So if you include the poles in the region of convergence, you definitely get the infinity solution. You definitely get the infinity solution. We are not getting the finite solution if you include the poles. This is one of the very important property of the region of convergence. So while defining the ROC, not include the poles. Don't include the poles in the ROC. Only we can exclude the poles. While defining the ROC, you just exclude the poles. So like that, therefore while drawing the ROC, I won't touch this line. So if you touch this line, so this problem is wrong problem. So don't touch this line while drawing the ROC. You can just mention the ROC for sigma is greater than minus a. The real part of s is greater than minus a. Sigma is greater than minus a. That is my ROC. That is my ROC. So this is the solution for this problem. Now you just try this problem at your home. So I just give the another problems, the same problem. So this is your second signal. So you just try this second signal at your home. X of t is equal to minus e power minus at into u of minus t. So this is the signal given to you. So you just find the Laplace transform of this signal x of s and define the ROC for this signal. So you just practice this problem at your home. So this is all for this class. I will end this session. See you in the next class, all of you.